how much commitment there can be in a relationship where you're carrying on like this. So the relationship is already kind of in suspect. In fact, I wonder, Debbie, about you and your past history, that you don't perceive any boundaries and your relationships are so chaotic. What was your upbringing like? Did you have something happen to you when you were growing up?
No, actually not at all.
Really? Because it's not entirely normal to be...
Oh, Drew, she's in college, she's got a roommate, she's got a keg where the sink should be, and she's having a good time. Please, you don't know this goes on?
No, I don't. But if you're not hurting anybody, if this is something that's important to you, if you don't feel bad about this, I can't imagine that you feel good about yourself without having more kinds of involvement in your relationships. But if this is satisfying to you, just make sure you practice
Jamie,
safe
what
sex.
do you think?
I don't know. It seems like, you know, she's either experimenting or this is maybe the woman for you. I don't know. You have to sort of ask yourself how you feel about it, and only you know the answer. I mean, is this more fun than your guy relationship? Then maybe you need to tell him and see how he would react to it.
To me, it seems like acting out. If somebody's not happy, is acting out, something went on.
Maybe she's discovering that she's gay.
Those are what we call dysfunctional relationships.
Right.
There's a lot of chaos in there.
Absolutely, but when she's going into something that she realizes
she may be a lesbian.
She's a lesbian,
absolutely,
right?
that could be a possibility, but it's still, there's so much craziness. She needs to focus on a relationship development.
Okay.
Don't tell the boyfriend about the boys. Go ahead and tell them about the girls. They will be excited and titillated, and next time you come in, I'll turn a big Roman orgy right there in the dorm room.
This now is Paul. Paul is 18. Paul, what can we do for you?
What?
Couldn't hear it. Paul, say it again.
I heard if I freeze up my nuts for sex, it will greatly increase my orgasm. I want to know if this is true.
No, not true. Next call.
Wait a minute, Drew.
That's too weird.
It's weird.
That's just too bizarre.
Freezing, that's strange.
That is too weird. Let's
And
go
I'll
on.
tell you, when you freeze them, you work a popsicle stick into the mix, you have a handy snack, is what you got.
This now is...
What's nuts in the freezer?
That fall through. This is Carrie. Carrie's 22. Carrie? Carrie. Oh, there we go. We'll do this.
Drew, you are on top of your game today.
Not even close. Carrie.
Hello?
What can we do for you?
Yeah, I live with 3 roommates, and I share a room with one of my roommates, and when his girlfriend comes to visit him and they have sex, she emits a very strong odor, and when they started going out, he was a virgin, and me and my roommates want to know if we should tell him that this smell isn't right, and how we should go about telling him this, and if we can cover the odor up.
Wait, does it permeate the apartment?
Oh, God, it's terrible, man. It stinks up the whole house.
All right, so...
All right,
basically, this is like a holiday fogger here. This is not lovemaking. This is killing ants.
But there is something very important, actually, that we have to address.
Oh, there is, yes.
I don't think Carrie realizes.
What are you worried about? The plants, or what are you worried about?
It's not my girlfriend. It's my roommate's girlfriend.
Right. Didn't I say that?
She has a tendency to stink up the house, and our roommates notice and our friends notice it when they come over. And we want to know if we should tell him that we think there's something wrong and how we should go about telling him this, and if there's a way we can cover this smell up.
I want to know if Chris out there has something to say, may help us out here. Chris?
Okay, Carrie Pigboy. It takes 2 to tango, and you never know that it could be the smell might be coming from him. How do you know it's the girl? Men have odors, too.
Oh, please.
Adam, I've been in your dressing room.
All right, I'm going to stop. We've got to stop all this. Here's the deal, is that those kinds of extraordinary odors are a clear sign of somebody having an infection. And these infections could potentially be serious. Usually they're just vaginal infections. Usually it's these things called, there's Gardnerella, Haemophilus, these sorts of things that are pretty easily treatable these days. Something called trichomonas can cause this. These could be sexually transmitted. Your boyfriend needs to know that he may be being exposed to something. He needs to take a treatment too. And anyone who smells like that needs to see a doctor. You need to take it from the standpoint that you're concerned about his girlfriend. He needs to take the perspective that indeed he too is concerned about her and get her to a doctor, because this can be completely cleared up. Okay?
Okay.
There's no doubt in my mind that's what you're dealing with. What?
I find if you put a fan in the window, oftentimes it will help in this situation.
All right, yeah.
That's a temporary relief.
Yes,
there,
Mr. Sensitivity. Thank you. This now is Brenda. Brenda's 18. Brenda.
Hi. I slept with my sister's boyfriend, and she found out, and now she won't speak to me or accept my apology or anything. What should I do?
She did what?
No, baby.
Slept with her sister's boyfriend.
All right. That's bad news.
That's
this,
bad
This
news.
is no Brady Bunch episode.
No,
It's a
no,
Savannah, episode. And we will see it unfurl after the break. You know, when you hit me, it hurt, but there's also a certain degree of pleasure involved with that, too.
You see how you are?
She gave me a
He's
little
like
love
that.
tap on the
I
kneecap
saw
there.
it. That was not a love tap.
I'll never wash that knee again. Not that I washed it in the first
Before,
place.
right,
no.
I know.
But now I'm going to be extra careful not to wash.
get it wet
yes.
in any way, shape, or form.
All right, Brenda,
Yeah.
what was her question, Drew?
I slept with my sister's boyfriend.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's horrible, despicable.
Yes.
And
I feel really awful, and I tried to apologize, and she won't speak to me at all.
You're 18. I heard a baby in the background when you before the break.
Oh, yeah, that's my friend's son.
Your friend's son, not you. You don't have any kids.
No, I don't have any kids.
What was going through your mind when you decided to do this?
Well, I had a little alcohol in me, so I'm not saying that's an excuse.
why'd you bring it up?
Well, it's
Because I think it has a little something to do with it.
well, if it has something to do with it, then take care of that problem. Okay, if you're having consequences from your relationship with alcohol, cease.
No, I'm not saying that's a problem. I'm not saying that's a problem.
All right, listen,
Baby, this was a problem. You have a
exactly, no.
problem on your hands.
You're either going
now.
to use alcohol as an excuse or you're not. If you're using it as an excuse, you take care of that problem. Now you've got to deal with your sister. You've had a consequence from being intoxicated. You've threatened a relationship with your sibling. I mean, it's a terrible thing.
But the thing that I don't understand is that she forgives him, but she won't forgive me.
Right. This happens quite a bit. That's denial, quite honestly. I mean, she shouldn't forgive you, but she shouldn't forgive him either.
Oh, right.
I mean,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
we get this all the time.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the boyfriend should be gone. I mean, the boyfriend's somebody that can be out of her life and should be out of her sister's life. But you've
The
got
boyfriend slept with
yeah.
his
I
girlfriend's
mean,
sister.
that's right. I mean, how much worse could the boyfriend possibly be to your sister? At least, maybe you take the approach you pointed out to your sister exactly what a jackass she's going out with.
Yeah.
I don't know if she'd be open to that right
Work
now.
it
But
from, I had sex with your boyfriend, I did you a favor. Drew, this is beautiful.
no, I'm not saying manipulate it. But it's going to take a long time to heal this relationship. There's a lot of intense feelings between siblings, and this has brought some heavy stuff to the surface. You are going to have to stay with her, stay constantly at her.
But give her a little space and let her chill out a little
Give her
bit.
a little
Don't
time,
ride
but
on her.
don't be resentful at her, of her anger. Don't be surprised at her anger. Just
Oh,
keep,
no, I'm not surprised.
keep
I
presenting
couldn't
a loving, caring posture towards her as much as you possibly can, no matter what comes back, and
All
she
right.
will eventually settle
And
down.
you have to let her sleep with one of your boyfriends.
No,
I don't
That's
think
the
I don't think so either.
that's the Indian way, Drew.
Really?
Yes, you don't know about the
about
Cherokee
that.
and the Comanche. Oh
No.
yes, it is written. Chris, who do you have for us?
I'm out here in the audience with Howie, and he's got a question for you.
How you doing, Drew and Adam? Jamie, I have a question for you, Drew. Every time me and my girlfriend engage in sex, there's no problems. There's no problems until we bring out a condom. And when she plays a condom on me, my penis goes limp within 20, 30 seconds. And it's gotten to the point where we no longer use condoms and no longer an issue. Just from there on out, it's unprotected sex. And I know sooner or later, if I keep this up, I'm going to get ahead of myself. And I'm going to have to face consequences. But I don't know if there's anything I can do to
All right,
kind of
all
stay
right.
erect.
How long have you guys been together, the two of you?
2.5 years.
So you can both be tested for HIV. You can both see a doctor to make sure there's no potential of sexually transmitted disease. So that issue is taken out. What about her going on the pill, something like that, for contraception?
That's been discussed, but her family, they're like real strict and then they're real nosy. We've been discussing that
She's
already.
afraid they would find the
Yeah.
pills.
Yeah.
Well, the best contraception for her probably, if she's a young female non-smoker, would be the pill. It'd be the safest thing for you guys.
Does she live at home?
Yeah.
The option now,
She can't work this? I had a meth lab in my room when I was like 17.
I don't doubt
swear
it.
to God, I did.
What they call your room, the barn?
I had like a hydroponic pot farm in the closet, a meth lab going in there, was running a brothel
We are-
upstairs in the attic.
We are so proud of you, Adam. So proud.
Bookies and pimps and prostitutes rolling in and out of that place
It's all
24/7.
clear now.
Yeah,
All
you
my
surprised?
Never
questions are
know.
answered now. I
That's right.
understand
Please,
it
she
all.
can get the pill past them.
Well,
I
what about
think
the female contraceptive?
that's the
right there,
point,
we're
and then
going.
we were talking
Here
about this
go.
earlier.
Perfect.
About that,
Have you
but-
tried that?
No, we haven't tried it.
You
Well,
got it. You have to try that. That may overcome your problem. It may not.
Well, I mean, there's also the sponge, too, that you can just buy at, like,
Sponges,
Thrifty.
are they available right now? They go in and out of production. The sponges are very effective, and I think a good
they
means
have
of contraception.
They have new ones with the Brillo side, too, in case, you know.
All right, the sponge is an excellent contraceptive. It's not quite as good as a condom used properly, but it's a very good contraceptive. But honestly, the pill is the best thing for her, for both of you, I suspect. So have another serious conversation about that, okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Brian is 23. Brian, how can we help?
Yeah, I haven't had a girlfriend for about a year, and the main reason for it is I have 3 female roommates, and I'm pretty good friends with them, so I go out to bars with them all the time. And when I'm at the bars, they always sabotage me whenever I talk to other women. I tried hooking up with one of my roommates, and they wanted no part of it. They said they didn't want to ruin our friendship. So I guess my question is, how can I stop them from doing this and maybe actually bring a girl home from a bar with me?
Well, what you're taking all your roommates out, they're all women. I don't know what other woman's going to want to come up to you and, like, start something when he's surrounded by all these women.
This is JT syndrome, the Jack Tripper syndrome from Three's Company. You get hooked up with a bunch of great-looking broads that you can't nail, and you live with them. And then they tell the landlord you're gay to top things off, and he comes around in a bad leisure suit. No. All right, I'm living in TV fantasy. This is a ridiculous question. Why are you going to the bars with these girls if they keep sabotaging you? Break away, be a man. Who's wearing the pants? Please, I've had enough of this.
That's one response. Well, how does a woman react to a guy who's in a social environment with women around him? Does that make him more attractive or less attractive?
I wouldn't start there. There's a lot of women that find that a challenge, but I wouldn't. I mean,
It would put you off.
it would put me off if he's surrounded by all these women, and I would just be like, okay, that's your deal, man.
I know the female mind.
What, you think it's a challenge now? Something to like, no, that's
Well,
a male
you don't want to
thing.
overdo it. You don't want to.
Adam always goes back to the animal kingdom.
Right, that's
You
good,
see?
though.
So
That's very
the male
basic.
surrounded by the females.
That's right. They know he is the stud of the
There we go.
of the herd.
Oh, yeah.
He has the biggest horn
Just
or
remember,
something.
his room was called the barn. When he grew up, all right?
Exactly. Enough said.
All right.
Okay.
Next call. Sean, 25. Sean.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Hey, I have kind of a bizarre question here. I have this close friend of mine named Todd, and he's been burned by chicks many a time. And he kind of got to the point where he was like, you know, screw women, I don't need them, blah, 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 blah. And to cheer him up one night, I took him out and we rented a porno, you know. And while he was there, he met this girl, met this chick, Rebecca, and they've been seeing each other for quite some time and had a really serious relationship. Well, the weird thing is that Rebecca's a blow-up doll. And he's kind of withdrawn with it himself. And he doesn't have any urges to be with normal women anymore. And it's kind of wigging me out, and I feel kind of responsible for it, that I brought him into that situation while he was, you know, kind of down, and I don't know what to do.
Doc?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Take it away.
First of all, Sean, it's nothing you have done. If he was going to withdraw, he was going to find some way of withdrawing from his peers.
Thank God it's not a blow-up boy. I mean, and God knows what you'd be using to blow up.
How long has he been withdrawn like this?
It's been a while, I'd say several months. And the thing is, he keeps telling me that, you know, eventually society will accept, you know, people being with things like this, like they did with...
No, Sean, he's disturbed, he's depressed, something is going on
Can you
with
imagine
him.
the utopia society would be, though, if this is acceptable behavior?
It's a shame. I don't...
What should I tell him? I mean, he keeps telling, you know, I'm the only friend that really knows about it. He doesn't, you know, everyone asks me, well, you know, he's such a nice guy and he's cute. How come he's always single when he's hanging out with us? You know, I can't say, well, you know, he hangs out with his blow-up doll, Rebecca, you know.
Is he otherwise normal? Is he functioning okay?
Yeah, it's not overspilling into the rest of his life or anything.
Well, I imagine it will eventually. I mean, if he's having this kind of a bizarre preoccupation, I would confront him about it. That's the best thing you can do, and keep addressing the reality of what it is he's doing and how bizarre it is and how inappropriate it is, and see if maybe he's willing to get some help for it at some point. It sounds like somebody that needs to really talk to a therapist.
You know, because I'm expecting someday to come on over there and see him, like, when they're all dressed up talking to her and stuff, you know, candlelight dinner.
And then you come over a week later, there's little inflatable kids. That's when it really gets frightening.
Thanks for your call, pal.
He needs himself an inflatable therapist.
Any kind of therapist.
All right, but let's look on the bright side, Drew. He's not populating the world
That's right.
with with children he can't support. He's
not
not spreading disease.
He's not acting up violently.
Right,
There's no rape here. It is unconsensual sex, technically.
Does this fall into the fetish category?
It kind of does,
It does.
interestingly. Yeah, it sure does, but we don't have time to go there.
Don't
We need a little pull string on those things saying, slow down, I'm not ready. Okay.
Take the garbage out and wash the dishes.
My last boyfriend was bigger. Okay. Owner, I should say.
Not all women say that to their boyfriend, Adam.
No.
That's all I hear,
That's
Drew.
all you're used to hearing. Okay.
Settle down, baby.
All
You know
right,
you
then.
want me.
Yeah.
Believe me, when
please,
these cameras
hold me
stop,
back now.
you'll drop this facade. You'll be all over me, perhaps dry humping the leg. Well, we don't know. All right, Savannah, Monday nights, 9 o'clock.
Yes, be
All right?
there.
All right? All right. Good. Chris McGaha, come up here and say hi.
Chris McGaha. Hi, you're good. You're so cute.
And until next time, I'm Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew. Say mahalo.
LoveLine is a Stone Stanley production. Yeah.